Hello there, Leo. I wanted to do a quick relationship reading, but I got a kitty friend that says that I should give him attention instead. No, the show must go on. Let's adjust that just a tiny bit. The show must go on, Leo. Let's shuffle you up. What messages do you need to hear? If you resonated with the title of this video, then there's probably a message, some kind of message that you need to hear, even if the situation doesn't fit exactly what's going on with you. So messages that certain Leos need to hear. Here we go. Are you going to scoot? What are you going to do? I know you don't tolerate me moving around you for very long. He won't. His name's Starvin' Marvin. Okay. Make sure you just and subscribe if you want to be in the loop about my about my weekly and monthly readings. All right, there he goes. Okay, we got the Magician trying to create something with your sweetheart, trying to step things up, trying to go, in the trajectory that relationships take. Like you have certain expectations, like you do this, then you do that, like as you're dating and then moving into like hanging out with each other more and more, and you're like, so what's the next step? What's the next step? Let's get a little bit more clarification, because if everything was hunky-dory, you wouldn't be here, would you? Wanting something that's a little bit more spiritually connected. So whatever's going on in this connection, got the Hierophant in reverse. Whatever is going on in this connection, you feel like it's a little bit on the it's a little bit superficial still. You haven't had the talk where you're like, is there something more to us than just getting together and having fun? Like, yeah, we get together regularly now, but is there something more to us? Is there a deeper connection for us? Should you say something? Is it time for you to say that thing? What's the advice that the tarot would want to give us for leveling up to the next step? What's the advice? We got the World. Well, that's a good indication that there's something. We got 3 major arcana that have come up, but we also have the Queen of Cups, and that's you offering your cup to the other person. So they may not want to be ready or feel confident enough to have the talk themselves. If you get the feeling that that there's something more to your connection, and they haven't said anything to you yet, maybe it is time for you to offer something a little bit deeper, to try to suggest that there's something more to you. Even if it's a very subtle comment about like something going on in other people's lives, or what is it that you want for your future? Wow. I just felt like I needed to mention this. I was scanning through YouTube and I stumbled on this video. A gentleman was talking about how you should be playing these games. If you're a lady and you're trying to level up commitment and interest and attraction with your masculine sweetheart, that you should pretend that you're going to have a life that's not with them in the future. Like, say I'm going off to grad school, or I'm moving away in some way, I'm doing these other things, and it's not going to involve you. So that putting a limitation, a scarcity, creating, even if it's a false one, creating this like scarcity in the relationship that will make them more attracted to you. And I think that's a lot of bullshit. that we should be playing these kinds of games with someone that we desire this kind of spiritual, this deep, honest connection with. People, I mean, there's a place for games, but not in not in a connection that you want something deeper with. So just ask, is there a future for us? What are your goals for going forward? Just ask them straight up, what are your goals for going forward? And then you'll know. You won't be wondering anymore, is this someone that I'm going to be able to do this with? Especially if you feel like you're on some kind of timeline, as far as like, we have honest timelines, like our fertility, how long we can be, like, have that life that we imagine. So, I mean, just go ahead and do it. go ahead and have that conversation. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. That's what the cards are saying. They're saying go for it. You might get a positive, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to get a positive response. I like how this relationship reading turned out, Leo. Okay? So, yeah, have the conversation. Be the first person to offer the cup of love. See that? Be the first person to make the offering and see what happens. At least you know. All right. So this is where I leave off. Like I said, make sure and subscribe if you want to be in the loop about all the readings that I have coming out. I like to focus on purpose, prosperity, and love. I call it my triad of awesomeness. Those are my 3 favorite subjects. I've been Michele B, and thank you so much for being with me today. See you later, Leo.